Hello, everybody. It is Coach Megan from Get Fit New Hampshire coming on live. And again, I said this in an earlier video last week that I have not been live in a long time, or at least not live consistently. And what's been really interesting and motivating to me lately is at least 3 people in the last week have come up to me and said that they miss my live videos and that they found them inspiring and that they noticed that they're missing. And I found that motivating and that warmed my heart a bit. I had made a comment, I think like early last year, about how I sort of got turned off from doing live videos because my motivation was kind of shut down when somebody made a comment basically saying that I just like the sound of my own voice. And so that sort of like shot me down. I was like, okay, well, I lost like my confidence, I guess, to do live videos. So just sort of like a very pure moment to tell you where I've been, why I haven't been live, and sort of making, a commitment to be more consistent, coming on live and sort of building that confidence back up. And just also letting you know that I do appreciate your engagement and when hearing that you do watch these and that you do find them helpful and inspiring. So thank you to those people who did go out of their way to make a comment this week this week and last week. That was good for my soul. So thank you. Anyways, I've been listening to a podcast called Growth Mindset, and specifically I listened to one this morning that was called Building an Unstoppable Mindset, something like that, and building an unstoppable growth mindset. And I'm trying to be better about listening to some of these podcasts that will fill my soul with joy. And one of the things that they were talking about this morning on the podcast was intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. So a lot of, and I'll explain what those are in a minute, but one of the things we talk about in the fitness realm, in the coaching realm a lot, is finding your why, sort of finding that like emotional attachment to why you are, why your goal is important to you. Like what's different about life when you sort of find that why. Like why do you want to be stronger? Why do you want to be more fit? Why do you want to lose weight? What are the reasons for that? And sort of diving into sort of bring like an emotional attachment to those goals. So intrinsic motivation is like your internal, like your core, your core values. And it brings like, you actually like enjoy the task or enjoy what you're doing. Passion, there's passion behind that. It's satisfying and it's effective and it's engaging. So that's like intrinsic is internal motivation. And then extrinsic is like your external motivation. So like, what are the external rewards? Is there financial gain? Is there recognition? But truly it sort of like feels like a chore, and you're not, as like emotionally tied to that goal or that, whatever it is you're setting out to do. And, it's easy for that desire to diminish over time, especially when the going gets rough. The guy in the podcast this morning was using an example of a hike in Scotland that was like a 5-month endeavor. And, it was important to him to finish this hike that he had set out to do. And, he had intrinsic motivation to finish because, he didn't want to let himself down, and he wanted to complete this and so on. But he had to sort of, when the going got rough and he was getting poured on, it sucked. He had to like really take that deep dive in and, find some additional motivation. So I feel like, we as we set out for like, whether it's a health and fitness goal or whatever, we need to find some intrinsic motivation, even though it feels like a chore. Like we need to find why we're doing this. Why is it important? Discovering your core values, right? Like what's different about life when when you meet these goals, right? Is it, if it's a financial, is it financial freedom? Is it your health? Why is your health important to you? What's different about your life? Is it, is it staying out of a nursing home? Is it not being a burden to your kid? Is it enjoying your retirement and traveling and being able to do all the excursions when you travel? So like finding that sort of emotional intrinsic motivation is going to help you along the way when you're trying to meet your goals. So finding your why is, truly important. And, we talk about it a lot, but we don't necessarily talk about why it's so important, because the going is going to get rough. It's not going to be smooth sailing. So make sure you know what your goal is and why you're doing it and what's going to be different about life. Identify those things and be, crystal clear about those things so that you can continue on. So anyways, guys, I just want to come on with a little bit of motivation. I'll drop the link to the podcast, because honestly, it's 25 minutes, and like, listen to it on your way to the gym, listen to it on the way to work. There are some ads because this guy's like just starting out or whatever, but it was a really good, really good podcast and very engaging, and relatable. So I'll drop the link in the comments. And if you want to watch it, or listen to it rather, you can. And yeah, otherwise, guys, have a great rest of your day, and we will chat soon.